Hey guys, this is Connor. I just wanted to make an update video on how my situation is going. I'm still living with my dad, and my dad's a covert narcissist. So I posted a video in the argument we had like 2 or 3 months ago. Um, I'm not getting gang stalked anymore, so that's a blessing. Um, it stopped for me like 4 months ago, and every time I leave the house, I'm always like hyper vigilant to see if they're still doing it, but they're not. So I just wanted to tell y'all that, because I'm pretty sure. No, I know now. My dad is a Freemason. My name is Connor Clark, and I was watching Russian vids on YouTube. He's a great truther. He said in one of the videos he was describing somebody that had CC as their initials, and he says that equals 33 in numerology. So 33 is their favorite number. So the fact that my dad named me Connor and I have the initials CC just tells me he did that for the same reason that they did. You know what I mean? So that means my dad's a Freemason. He's never gonna admit it if I ask him. They're sworn to secrecy. They're not supposed to tell, especially if someone like me is an enemy of them. I hate the Freemasons. I hate what they do. They're satanic. They're demonic. You know what I mean? So, yeah, my dad's a Freemason. He's the one who put me in the gang stalking program. And I'm going to say it again, this is how it happened. I did something really stupid. I shouldn't have done this. But what I did is, when I was living in my own apartment in Georgia about a year ago, this was before I started getting gang stalked. This was, I was there for like a month. I've been living there for like a month. And I decided to call my mom and try and wake her up to the world. I was trying to tell her about 9/11 being a false flag event. I was trying to tell her other stuff too. I can't remember though, because I have terrible memory. But I do remember this. I said to her, I'm going no contact with dad. And then she's like, I'm telling him. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't tell him I'm doing that. Because my dad's a narcissist and I want to cut him out of my life. So I said, I'm going no contact with him. I should have not told her a damn thing, but I, was stupid and told her. So the next day after that phone call with my mom where she said, I'm telling dad, that's when I started getting gang stalked. So if you put two and two together, it's pretty obvious who put me in the gang stalking program. It was my dad. But now I'm not getting gang stalked anymore. I went through it for like a year and a half, and it stopped for me 4 months ago. I don't know why he took me out of the program, but I feel like it's because I wasn't doing anything. I'm still not doing anything. I stay in the house all the time. I barely leave the house. I mean, I just don't like being around people, and I can't handle, what's it called? Having a job and stuff, because I haven't had a job since like late 2018. I got fired. I worked at a coffee shop. And I didn't know how to do the drinks right, so the guy there was a narcissist too. He was really nice when he hired me, but then when I started working there, he started treating me like crap in front of everyone, like getting mad because I didn't do the latte right and stuff like that. Like, this dude was a total asshole. But anyway, that was my last job I had. I've been thinking of becoming a tradesman recently. I'm not going to say which trade, but I've been thinking about it because it pays a lot of money, and it's a hard-working job. And I'm not really a hard worker, but I'm gonna try it out and see what happens. But I'm just making this video because I don't know what to do really, because I'm stuck here in this house. I live in a nice house. It's a small house, but it's nice, and it's got a pool. You can see the pool. But the abuse is getting out of hand. I think my dad spits in my food. I've never caught him doing it, but I've seen like a loogie on my Popeye's chicken one time, and I went in his room and was like, why did you spit on my food? And of course he lied to me. And there's other times where I was like, where he made dinner for me, and he would make like creamed corn. And if I did, like, he's like, did you eat the corn one time? I walked outside and we both smoked a cigarette, and he's like, did you eat the corn? And I'm like, yeah. And he had this weird smirk on his face, like as if he did something to the corn, you know what I mean? And then another time he made corn, and he was taking a sip of the corn, or he was eating like a little bit of the corn to test it over the sink. And while he was eating it, he was looking out of the corner of his eye to see if I was watching him eat it. And that made me realize he did something to the corn, because why is he looking at me at the corner of his eye to see if I'm watching him eat it? Because he wants me to think that I can trust him with the food. And I immediately was like, okay, he did something to that food, you know what I mean? So I didn't eat it. And when I didn't eat it, it kind of threw him off, because that's when the next thing he did was he gaslighted me. He turned on my my room light, and then he turned off the bathroom light. No, wait, I can't remember. He turned on my living room my bedroom light, and then turned off the bathroom light, or it's the other way around, but either way, it was whatever he did, it was the opposite of what I had. I had the lights on different places, and he turned them off and did the opposite, and like turned other lights on to try and gaslight me. I know that sounds hard to understand, but that's what he did. But I don't really, so I believe he spits in my food, and I know he's gaslighting me for a fact. And usually when this stuff happens, I end up going up to my dad and calling him out and just start bitching at him, to where I'm like, yelling at him and screaming at him. I even told him he's gonna burn in hell. Like, I've said some messed up stuff to my dad whenever I get really pissed off. Just because I'm tired of the abuse, and I'm tired of him getting away with it, and tired of everybody in my family thinking that he's such a good person, because he acts so fake whenever around other people. Like, he acts like he's so nice, but then behind closed doors, he's a total asshole who calls me an effing idiot and dumb and stupid. He called me that 2 nights ago. He's like, "You're an effing idiot. You're dumb and stupid for not telling me about your medicine being prescribed at Publix," you know, which is a grocery store in Florida. I don't know what else to say. I'm just kind of spitting whatever's on my mind. I don't have very good memory, and it's hard for me to make videos and put it all into one thing and line it up perfectly with my words, but I'm trying my best. He took my cigarettes from my drawer. I'm pretty sure he did, because I had 2 packs of Marlboro Reds in my drawer, and the next day I came back, there's only 1 pack. It wasn't even the next day, I think it was the same day. I checked the same day that they were gone before they got taken out of the drawer. There was 2 packs in there, and then when I came back later that night, there was 1 pack in there. So I haven't even confronted him about it, because I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna lie his ass off and say that he didn't take them, that I'm paranoid, and that I'm all this like he usually says. And it's just really frustrating, because I don't know what to do to escape this person, because I'm really trying to figure out how I can escape. But last time I tried doing that, that's when I started getting gangstalked. That caused me to get gangstalked, trying to go no contact with my dad. So if you have a narcissistic family member that controls a lot of your life and controls how you live, and you want to go no contact with them, you need to do it quietly. You cannot tell anyone that you're going no contact with them, because that'll get you gangstalked if they're a Freemason. It's just as simple as that. That's what happened to me. I mean, I was gangstalked for 1.5 years by my neighborhood, and then when I moved here, it happened too. I was in Georgia, and then I moved to Florida with my dad. Happened in both states. Man, that stuff is so messed up. I'm really glad I'm not getting gangstalked anymore, but I'm still going through narcissistic abuse, and it pisses me off, because I don't know how I'm gonna expose him, but I saw videos saying that you shouldn't even expose them, you should just get away from them. So I don't know how I'm gonna get away with him. Like, I want to flee the country, but I've been saying that forever, but I don't even have a job right now. I'm on disability. I'm on disability for anxiety disorder and stuff, so I don't, you know, it's hard for me to keep a job. What else should I talk about? I just want anyone that watches this video to know, I want to let you know you're not alone, and I feel like that sometimes, but you're not alone, because there's other people in the world that are getting gangstalked, there's other people in the world that are going through narcissistic abuse, so that's partly why I'm making this video. But that, if you're getting gang stalked, it's the Freemasons. They're the ones that are doing this to you. Like I said in my other videos, because they call it the white glove treatment. All you have to do is Google white glove treatment, and it'll even pop up a suggestion that says Masons right after you type that in. So that's what gang stalking is: the white glove treatment, the silent dagger, the secret dagger. And gang stalking, in my opinion, is like narcissistic abuse on steroids. Because I even remember one time when I was getting gang stalked last year, that I was in the parking lot of a grocery store, and there was this guy who pulled up with the same exact car as me, but in a different color, and he pulled up right next to me in the parking space. And when I got back to put my groceries back in the car, I said, "Hey, that's a nice car. I like your car. It's got the white color." And he's like, "Oh, really? I thought it was the same as yours." And my car was the silver color. So that's gaslighting. That was totally gaslighting what that guy was trying to do. This was a stranger that did this to me, that gaslighted me. So, you know, that was when I was getting gang stalked. That was a stranger who said that to me. So it's not just your family members. It's like everyone you come in contact with when you're getting gang stalked they're all narcissists. It sucks. I don't know. I've gained a lot of weight ever since I've been on this medicine, this Invega crap they put me on. I've been on it for over a year, and I just gained a ton of, like, 100 pounds. You know, I weigh like 270 right now. Or no, like 278. So I need to lose weight, but I just really hope there's a way I can escape this place, because, I mean, I like the house. It's nice, and I don't have to work right now, so I'm just sitting on my ass all day, but I want to be able to escape this. You know, I don't want to be abused anymore by my dad, and I'm tired of everybody in the family thinking he's really nice when he's a total narcissist who abuses me. And then when I try and even explain it to my counselor, he's like, "Well, you think that he spit in your food. You don't know for sure, though. You think that he gaslighted you, but you don't know for..." I'm like, dude, you see why it's so hard to explain it to people? Like, I find better understanding people on YouTube comments than I do from my own counselor. So it's like, I don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why people don't know what narcissistic abuse is, but it needs to be exposed more and more, because I think more people are learning about it, and there's people who know about it even more than I do that have been through it. So I hope they expose it. I mean, I was I'm not even gonna say that. That's no. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out a way to escape this without getting gang stalked again. Because if I try and, my dad said he would help me get a house if I move out of here. So even if I got that house and I tried to go into contact with him, I would just get gang stalked again. He would put me in the program again. And then if I try and leave the country, he's probably gonna put me in the program as well, because I told you they put tracking devices in my body back when I was gang stalked. They did it to me in Georgia twice. They did one in my right hand and one in my left forearm. I remember I could see the marks in my hand and arm, and it was totally an RFID chip they put in my body in both spots. So I feel like if I try and leave the country, they're just going to be able to turn that tracking device on in my body and find me and then throw me in the gang stalking program again, no matter where I am. So that's why I just feel trapped, you know what I mean? I just hope y'all pray for me, because I want to be able to leave this place and be free from the narcissists in my life, and maybe be able to hold a job and actually support myself. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.